My name is Ava, and today I want to tell you the story of the hardest chapter of my life, the day my heart broke, the day I finally walked away, and the unexpected person who walked into my life when I didn't believe in love anymore. I met Liam when I was 21. We worked at the same coffee shop in Austin, Texas. He was the charming one, the one people naturally gravitated toward. And somehow, he chose me. For 3 years, he was my world. We lived together, dreamed together, planned a future together. Or at least I thought we did. The signs were always there. His late-night work shifts, his phone always turned face down, his sudden secretive behavior. Whenever I asked, he'd laugh and say, "Ava, you're overthinking. Relax." And because I loved him, I believed him. Because when you love someone, you want so badly to trust them. One Friday evening, he said he was working late again. Something inside me felt wrong. My stomach felt heavy, my heart felt uneasy, and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I drove to his office. The building was pitch black, empty, silent. My heart dropped. I called him, no answer. Called again, still nothing. I turned around to walk back to my car, and that's when I saw it. His car, parked behind the building, fogged windows, 2 silhouettes inside. My body froze. I knew instantly. The door opened. Liam stepped out, with a girl I had never seen before. He saw me, and his face turned pale. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just whispered, "So this is where you've been working late?" And in that moment, my whole world shattered. The next few days were a blur. I packed my things, moved into a friend's apartment. I cried until I physically couldn't anymore. Liam called once. I didn't answer. There was nothing left to say. I had seen everything. Heartbreak feels like drowning while still breathing, and I drowned every single day. 2 weeks later, I walked into a small bookstore near my friend's place. I looked exhausted, broken, hollow. That's where I met Ethan. He worked there. He saw my swollen eyes and asked softly, "Are you okay?" I tried to say yes, but all that came out was, "No, not really." He didn't push. He didn't pry. He didn't ask what happened. He just brought me a cup of hot chocolate and said, "You don't have to talk. Just breathe." And for the first time in weeks, I felt like I wasn't falling apart. I found myself returning to the bookstore again, and again, and again. Sometimes we talked about books, sometimes about life. Sometimes we sat in silence together. Ethan never flirted, never crossed boundaries, never made me feel like he expected anything. He simply made space for me to exist without feeling broken. One day he said, "You know, not everyone leaves." And his voice felt like a warm place on a cold day. Then, one morning, I woke up and realized something important. I didn't miss Liam anymore. I missed the idea of being loved, not the person who hurt me. I blocked his number, deleted our photos, and let the past go, completely. When I walked into the bookstore that day, Ethan smiled at me, and this time, I felt something warm inside my chest. A few days later, Ethan asked, "Can I take you somewhere?" He drove me to a quiet lake outside the city. We sat by the water, watching the sunset paint the sky orange. He looked at me and said, "I know you've been hurt. I'm not here to replace anyone, but if you ever want someone who treats you right, I'd like to be that person." My eyes filled with tears. I didn't say yes. I didn't say no. I just whispered, "I'm scared." And he replied, "Then we'll go slow." That was the moment my heart finally exhaled. Today, I'm still healing. I'm not rushing into anything. I'm learning to love myself first. But Ethan, he's still here, still patient, still gentle, still choosing me without expecting anything in return. And that's the story of how I finally walked away from the wrong person and found someone who reminded me that real love doesn't hurt you. It heals you.